today. From M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's Week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens taking on Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland and M&T Bank Stadium. Today, it's Week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here come the Ravens, and that means here comes Lamar Jackson, league's MVP and an All-Pro in 2019.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel, doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him. 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in down. And the Ravens strike first at 3's in. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Well, we see the Bills offense take the field here at quarterback, Josh Allen.
And he's been playing at an elite level here in this early half of the season. Tops in the league in touchdown passes at this point. This is definitely a wide-open offense, so we'll see if he can keep his string of good.
They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. Past the 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. Well, Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's finished off by the touchdown by Stephon Diggs. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. Last time out, you're there. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So here comes that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. On fourth down, Matt Araiza sent on to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Ravens. And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. And that is no good. He hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in. And that will keep this a 4-point game. So the missed 56-yarder, and now the flip side. Good starting field position at the 46 near midfield. On first down, Allen.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Marcus Williams.
And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
Unfortunately, so look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. And this one is no good. He missed it. And that will keep this a 4-point game. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Throwing now is Allen. Escaping the pressure right.
He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Stephon Diggs with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
What a first half he is compiling here. He's already over 100 yards receiving and now 2 touchdowns, CD.
Brandon, you know I don't like to play the game where you start projecting when you're at a certain point. But let's face it, he's off to a tremendous start. So 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't think anything's out of the question right now. He's blowing up coverages. You've got to double him every snap. Otherwise, he's going to defeat you on almost every play.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that pushes the lead up to 11.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
But as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams.
And the Ravens force the turnover, and they'll take over.
You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson in trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety.
4 sacks and a safety already. If you gave your coach those numbers in an entire game, he'd be ecstatic. Getting that type of production in less than a half of football, that goes beyond anything they expected coming in.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. To return is McKenzie.
That's their third one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to...
He's got a man complete. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Gabriel Davis, 57 yards. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
And they'll run the option to start the drive.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Problems there on the option and a costly turnover.
Yeah, partner, you know how we watch practice sometimes and we see those drills where the quarterback's running with the football?
And it would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down.
Gonna miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and the lead will stay put at 17.
Analyze it. He took away a big play for the defense, made it an uneventful run because he avoided a sack and didn't lose yardage.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
Rising now on to punt this one away.
This first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be inside? Took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside. And they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 4. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Bills taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And it's the Steelers out in front in the second quarter. 2 touchdown passes there for Mitchell Trubisky. From there, we head down south to Atlanta. Check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Cleveland Browns. Bryan Edwards, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's head to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. See what's happening with the Bengals. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Miami Dolphins. Joe Burrow, excellent in the victory as his guys moved to 3-1 after 4 games. In the game you're watching, it was Josh Allen who was on target in that first half. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front as we hand things back over to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback.
The Bills will go the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return.
Let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Now a fair catch taken just across midfield, maybe by a yard or two. 37 yards on the punt with no return. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Back to throw. Allen. And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And he will bring this back. It's a pick-6 and a Raven touchdown. Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Taken in at the 3.
A dangerous return man showing it here.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at
first down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. To the air, Allen. And the ball is knocked out, and it's picked up by the Ravens. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you. 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand. Put it away. Tuck it away.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. And a defensive-minded coach loves to turn up the heat, turns it up there. It pays 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Here's Allen. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on
the Ravens send their punter out now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no
game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Patrick Queen.
And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the...
How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson, he's going to float this one deep right side. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. John Ross, 30 yards.
And the Ravens take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
The fly route works for the TD grab.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did, all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is down to a field goal. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy two-play drive that time. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. And again, it's Allen. Flush to his right. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who... And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the...
To break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. John Ross. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Ravens have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. Well, quite the comeback here. They have erased that deficit, pushed themselves out in front now here in this fourth quarter.
Well, this game's kind of felt like a horse race, hasn't it, partner? Because, yeah, the other guys run out to their big lead, but then slowly and surely, they've been creeping up and closing that gap. Now they've stuck ahead in front here late in the game. The finish line's not far away. They need their defense to finish this thing off.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. So that drive in total 8 plays, and it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 12. Receptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the Ravens will take over possession here up at the 44. Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all the Ravens send their punter out now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines.
Understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll come on to kick this one away. Nifty move. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here for the 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stall.
And my goodness, another interception. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction. Excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
Tucker now to add the point after. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field.
We'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance.
Allen hit. He lost the football. And the Ravens have got it.
Brandon, that's the third time he's fumbled so far in this game. And, you know, you can make excuses. Able to make the play himself on second down. Now you just have to wonder, will they keep the ball in his hands on third down?
From the gun, it's Jackson. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Ravens are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. So an important touchdown right there is now they're really beginning to pull away.
Yeah, this was a tight game until not too long ago. But since then, they've hit the accelerator. And they pushed the lead up to 3 scores here in the fourth quarter. And I don't see them looking back.
Tucker with the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. Scoring summary. 3-play drive. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Around. They have pride, too.
The Bills send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. That's taken inside his own 40. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column.
They go back to the ground with Dobbins.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore.
J.K. Dobbins with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year,
as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So that drive goes 8 plays.
And it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins.
And he'll elect elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. 3rd and long. It's Keenum.
And he'll get this underneath to Singletary.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Desperation time for Keenum on 4th. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. And he will bring this back. It's a pick-6 and a Raven touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Tucker now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Ravens, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll have another home date next week as the Cincinnati Bengals come to town. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they're going to fall to 3-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore.